There has never been a bigger fall from grace and reputation than what we are currently witnessing at Topstep as I write this. We're seeing blown accounts, profits being wiped out, traders not having losses restored due to platform issues that weren't officially recognized by Topstep, the inability to close and enter positions, and pretty much anything you could imagine has been going wrong. This video in particular shows the stop loss being completely ignored, meaning the position couldn't close, and support's response said he still had the ability to close the trade and profit and that they won't restore any losses. It's literally on video that the trade wouldn't close. Here's that same trader from 6 days earlier where the same issues happened. This isn't just someone trading an evaluation, it's one of Topstep's live traders. And for the final example before we cover the real juicy stuff, here's someone on Topstep's Discord who lost their funded accounts after the platform wouldn't let him close the trades. Support's response was that it was actually his fault, not the platform's. The problems keep getting worse, which has been going on for a couple months, but people have reached their breaking point after the recent multiple days in a row of disastrous issues. However, the situation is far more absurd if you understand the timeline of events leading up to this. Join the Prop Firm Center Discord below to discuss the firms you use without getting banned for linking Topstep's Trustpilot rating or for calling them bottom step. Plus, over 170 free 50K accounts have been given away so far. Now let's quickly recap the timeline from the beginning, because it's very funny. Topstep implements a new trading platform. For now, they make it seem like the actual owner, Project X, isn't owned by Topstep. Then the mysterious Project X says, "Hey prop firms, look at this. A platform you can use at your firm that will save a bit of money for you and your traders." They say, "Okay, Project X, let's do this." Meanwhile, nobody was connecting the dots that maybe Project X was secretly owned by Topstep, which would certainly be some type of conflict of interest, right? But nobody knew. And by nobody, I mean every prop owner knew, yet all but a few joined the new movement. Some months go by, Project X has occasional issues, bugs are found, and the platform slowly improves. People including me are like, "Hey, this is pretty nice. I like this. Glad to see everybody getting along." So kapow, it's me, Topstep. We own Project X, and now we're pulling it from every other firm in the industry so that the only way you can use the platform we got you used to is if you trade through us and nobody else. So Topstep used influencers and their competitors to get traders to adopt the new platform, and then they took it away as soon as all of the bugs were found. That's right, now it runs perfectly. Just kidding. Everybody's angry because there have been non-stop problems for far too long, which have all culminated in outages for several days in a row, worse than ever before.
All right, so it looks like we may be experiencing some technical issues with the platform. We're going to take a brief pause in our programming for the day. We know this can be frustrating, and we'll have more information to share tomorrow about the improvements we're making across the platform and trader support. For today, you can track platform status updates on X at Ask Topstep, or you can also visit status.topstep.com.
And remember, Topstep only offers Topstep X as a trading platform, so traders have no other options. And sure, they've reset and restored some accounts after outages, but you've been whipped into submission if you think you should be grateful for the resolution of a problem that shouldn't exist. Far more importantly though, we already know that many traders have had accounts blown due to issues without balances being restored, and that's part of why reviews are tanking at the firm. Plus, if you experienced platform issues minutes before or after Topstep officially recognizes the problem, then you wouldn't have anything restored and it'd be your fault. But it's worse, because if you try to enter a position that the platform won't fill because it's broken, you will have missed out on a winning trade. So it's not just about everyone getting screwed on open positions, it's also the traders who missed out on making money because they couldn't open trades that would have worked. And how about the traders who had, let's say, a $1,000 profit trade that wouldn't close, turning into a $500 loss just for Topstep to wipe the entire trading session? You didn't have a $500 loss get removed, you had $1,000 of profit taken away from you. If karma is real, then it's certainly getting Topstep right now for using everyone in the industry for their own gain, rugging Project X from every firm but themselves, and then completely failing as a company because it wasn't actually ready yet. Smart business move? Absolutely, except the execution was as bad as the idea was good. And now they've obliterated the great reputation they've had for so long. And no, the issue isn't just the platform, which no doubt will improve eventually, it's the way all of this has been handled. Plus, they were about to announce that they're opening a brokerage, which obviously seems to be paused now. Hey everyone, you know our platform that breaks every week and ruins all the money you made? Well, now you can do it on a live account. Resetting accounts and all is great, fixing a problem that shouldn't exist, but the actual outage window is decided by Topstep. They have an obvious conflict of interest in making it seem like there are less outages for the sake of their reputation and obligation to restore losses, but we know they haven't been 100% honest, because there have been far more problems than what they officially report. And it's not just the normal platform issues of not being able to exit positions. There was a day where some of the core functionalities of the platform broke, and you could just immediately close a trade far into profit when you should not have been able to. So guess what? If you had legitimate trades and profits during that window without cheating because of the broken platform, I'm sure you can guess what happened to those profits. And Topstep finally released a statement about all of this, which actually made people even angrier than they were before. They started it with a nice psychological trick to frame what is essentially an apology without saying sorry, which is by saying we are not delivering the ultimate trading experience. What? It's not even a mediocre trading experience. It's a completely dysfunctional trading experience. Right now, we aren't the greatest of all time. Hello? It's a clever little trick to anchor information from and to frame all of this more positively, which works on most people. Not you though, you're smart and already knew that. I think part of the escalated outrage this caused was because people were expecting some type of compensation for what they've lost because of Topstep. But nope. Not even a special discount for those whose accounts have been affected. Instead, this announcement was essentially just, hey, right now we're not actually the greatest to ever do it, but we will be soon. Also, instead of offering other platforms to trade through while ours is completely broken, we're going to add a little feature that flattens positions if the platform becomes unstable. Surely that will have zero negative consequences. Oh, also, we're going to do some updates to the AI chatbot that nobody likes. Yeah. So after they announced this, that is what began the new wave of negative reviews on Trustpilot. And as I write this, one of the most promising newer firms, Lucid, just terminated support for Project X early, saying, we can no longer in good conscience continue offering new accounts because of the outages. Will Topstep come back from this? Of course they will. Probably. But for now, they're suffering the consequences of pushing a project that was not ready. There hasn't been a more popular and highly rated futures prop firm with this sharp of a decline ever. They're even lower rated than Apex now, the firm that treated traders so poorly I made a video on it, which resulted in them closing their Discord to public chat just days later. That's still down to this day, which I never expected, and it's what made me create the Prop Firm Center Discord, a hub for all prop traders where your voice can't be silenced, unless you say the forbidden words. And yes, Apex's court battle revealed a direct quote from the leaders about doing everything they can to try and deny payouts. That's not even the worst part though, you can read it on my site if you want. Anyways, look, go back to Topstep if you want once things aren't broken. Although many traders are so frustrated at the treatment from all of this that they're never returning. Regardless, using just one firm and being loyal to them as if you're friends is just about the goofiest thing you can do as a trader. When prop firms change, we should change too. That's really all there is to it. You are not friends with the firm. You want to know who the best prop firm is? The one you can make the most money from. Join the Discord and take a look at where some of us are trading as alternatives. As I've looked through some of the Trustpilot ratings during all of this, there are a couple that stand out. For example, while this doesn't necessarily mean it's not a real person, and it's not illegal to use AI, this rare 5-star review and a flood of 1-star reviews is just so out of touch and odd. First of all, this person is blaming the 1-star reviews on traders who can't follow rules. If you actually read the negative reviews, it's because of platform outages and accounts being blown because of that. There are countless videos of this happening, and Topstep has admitted to most of the outages themselves. And again, if you want to see just how bad this whole situation really is, then go take a look on X. Just search Topstep and see what's happening. Or take a look at their Discord where people are livid. I'd show you myself, but I'm too lazy. This one is just funny because it mentions reliability. This attachment to Topstep and the objectively incorrect use of reliability makes sense once you discover that they've formed a parasocial relationship with Topstep TV, which is Topstep's live stream. And a genius move by Topstep. Just don't look into how much money the Topstep house account has lost on stream. And the last review I'll mention is this. Because Topstep currently has a massive issue with being behind on customer support inquiries, They've said they're trying to fix it. And so, wow, you gotta have some low standards to rate customer support 5 stars while people are reporting huge delays in response times. All right, this is actually the last one. But the recent 5-star reviews are so odd and out of touch with the actual problems that it'd probably make a funny video on its own. Stop trading at Topstep till they figure everything out. The problem isn't just the outages, it's how they're handling it and sort of pulling a bit of an apex by gaslighting their traders and community. And that's why I made a video. Also, it gave me the chance to talk about just how scummy but business savvy of a move it was to just completely rug pull everyone they've ever worked with. So, alright, take care and bye-bye.